What concert have you been to where you were surprised to see children?
A while ago, I went with my friend Adam to a pre-Halloween concert with Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson as the headliners. Lots of families.
Really?
Yeah, surprisingly. And I gotta say, the crowd was surprisingly welcoming.
What would you estimate was the youngest?
I saw toddlers there.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Really?
Florida's weird.
Oh, of course, if it's in Florida.
What about you?
Me. I would say when we went to Coachella, drink.
Oh, yeah.
I was surprised to see children there.
Yeah, that people really do bring their kids to Coachella.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Nicky Trendz.
I'm Manny Oso.
And you're listening to Bubble Bath Stories, your favorite 15-minute podcast. Let's just jump right into it.
Yeah.
So I saw a tweet, because, I be on Twitter.
Yeah.
And it was a picture of Sabrina Carpenter. And if you don't know who she is, look her up. Her album's so cute, short and sweet.
Anybody who says she came out of nowhere is kind of just probably under a rock.
She is the Sean to the Girl Meets World character.
Yeah.
So she was she's the friend from the wrong tracks.
Yeah.
But anyway, so if you've listened to her songs or if you've seen clips about her concert, it's very sexy. It's like fun, sexy, like sexy, right? Well, apparently people have been taking their children to said concerts and are in outrage and shock by how fun, sexy this concert is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So we bought this up, and she has a song called Juno, and I think it's about impregnating her. That's funny.
Yeah.
And so there's a part in the song where she's like, "Oh, have you ever done this?" And she does a different sex position. And so that's really where people have drawn the line.
In the performance, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Where was this? Do you know?
So it's in her concert.
Yeah,
so every new city she goes to.
Because she's on tour right now. She's doing positions.
Every new city she goes to, she does a different position.
That is crazy.
I know, but it's man cute. I don't know. I like it. So the question came about is why are you taking your children to the concerts, right? So my theory is, this is what I theorized, that it's all Kids Bop's fault.
You are not incorrect with the notions of something like that, because
would you like me to further explain why?
Yeah, go ahead, because I think you might be onto something.
I might be onto something. Okay, so Kids Bop's lets kids perform these songs, but try to make it rated G, so that the parents aren't constantly listening to the wheels on the bus go round and round on loop. So it's like, oh, they know the songs that I know, but they're cleaned up. And I think what happens is they don't take time to listen to the song before they buy these tickets. Because there's just no way in hell you're listening to Espresso and thinking, this is just such a cute song about drinking coffee. It is literally about her lady juices. That's literally what it's about, right? I think that's what the Espresso is.
I think it's pretty funny that we come from the generation that Kids Bop started at.
We do?
Yeah. That started when we were kids.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. And so seeing how long it's lasted, is pretty crazy to know. However, you're not incorrect with that, because other experts have even agreed.
Yes.
I did look up a few things, because there was this guy, Christopher Bell, professor, right? What he was talking about was the song Despacito. And he was saying... I don't... He says Kids Bop is an abomination because it censors language but not content. I don't need a sanitized version of Despacito. I need an 8-year-old not to be singing Despacito because the song is super dirty, which is true. The song isn't about anything clean. But I remember they put that on the commercial. Yeah. And then you hear it you could walk around Toys R Us at the time while it was God rest its soul. And you would hear it play.
Yes. Yeah, and I guess, did they change the word? Was that song in Spanish? We should have listened to it.
So it's funny how they would take these pop songs and change the words, a couple core words, and think that it would change the meaning of the song when the kids already know the real song they're singing.
Well, you remember when they did the Fetty Wap song?
Yeah.
Trap Queen? It was about baking a cake.
Yeah.
What? I mean, come on. So there was a lot of talk on the internet about like how there's always seems to be this outrage when you see a kid actor bloom into an adult doing adult things.
Okay.
I mean,
we've talked about that
for ages. Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about like when do you know that this person is now acceptable?
Yes,
right?
yes. And so, and like what we mean by that is, for instance, I never listened to Hannah Montana. I never listened to Hannah Montana.
Great example.
I knew like Miley Cyrus songs that were like on the radio. I wasn't getting the album. She did have some bops, 7 Things I Hate About You. That was a bop. But like I never really listened to her. She wasn't really in my playlist until she reached an age where it was like her songs became more relatable to me.
Yeah.
So again, I can't imagine why you would think that taking your kid to a Sabrina Carpenter concert is a good idea. Like, there's just no way in hell she's doing her teenage stuff.
Yeah.
In the midst of her doing her fun, sexy stuff.
Well, I mean, I guess if you have any complaint when you're at the concert, you obviously didn't do any research. On the song or the performer.
You're there for yourself.
You let your kid talk you into it.
Absolutely.
And you expected to have been warned when they're not going to.
I think you thought this was a Taylor Swift. Like, there are certain artists, right? So,
yeah.
like, of course, Beyonce. She has decades of songs,
yeah.
right? They range. They can be sexy and ratchet and like inspirational. Yeah, inspirational and woman empowering and like so she's got a whole thing going on. Taylor Swift drops 40 songs a year. So she's got different ranges. And her shit's like so poetic that I wouldn't even know if it was about sex or not. Mm-hmm. Right? They read like poems.
But you also got the other side. Like the
other pop girls.
You wouldn't like, even for like dude concert, like guys who perform, like you wouldn't take a 10-year-old to a Slim Shady concert. Now, but I'm talking now when I say Slim Shady, I'm talking about back then.
Yes.
During when he was coming out.
Yes, but I did see kids at those concerts.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. You see the kids there, but what's the complaint? You should know with the concert you're going to.
Yeah, I actually just think there has to be an age limit, right? To at least music festivals, because like we used to go to a lot of those radio shows where there'd be multiple artists.
Yes,
and you see kids there, and you're just like, this easily can turn into a dangerous environment.
Yep.
And even when we talk about Travis Scott, when that whole thing happened at Astro World, there was children there, and you're just like, why would you bring a kid to that?
Yeah, like you gotta know the crowd.
Yes, yeah.
It's hazardous.
It is
to a kid.
Absolutely.
Like a bunch of teenagers and a bunch of, at the most, like I would say senior kind of age, okay, but like toddlers.
So let's get off of that, right? We're parent shaming, know how old to take, be better about where you're taking your kids.
Yeah, there's nothing on people specifically or nothing.
Yeah. But like, be better. But the other side of it is like when you start seeing these people as adults, because we talk about Ariana Grande. She was another person that was not on my playlist. She had bops, so anything that was on the radio, I was listening to. But I didn't really start listening to her albums until maybe from whichever one to the 2019. Damn, which one? I can't remember the song. Anyway, I'll once I figure it out. But it was that album where I was like, oh, these songs are a little more relatable. I feel when she started dating Pete Davidson. Yeah. I was like, these songs are a little more relatable. Like, I feel like I could relate to this music. It doesn't feel like she's playing up this whole like, oh, look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me.
The music matured.
Yes. And I was like, when we saw her live, I was like, yes, queen, yes. I'm happy that she didn't perform a lot of her old songs, if I'm being honest with you. But like, at what point are you just like, this is an adult now? Like, get over it. I mean, everyone get over it.
Do you think there's something specific about like they got to get off the Disney or the Nickelodeon side and be able to do something with a real record company?
I mean, it's also. You hope that your audience is maturing. So whoever used to ride with her when she was younger and listen to her music then, you're hoping that that's really who you're doing the music for.
Because they're grown up now.
Right.
So
that's really
you want to keep the
that's
customer.
who you're doing the music for. But at the same time, being realistic, you have to now be good for the masses.
Yeah.
And she's killed it. But, like, I just don't know how you don't listen to her music and go, this is sex. This is sex, for sure.
So, what were the complaints, like, on Twitter or anything that they were saying about the specific? Just saying, like, it's just too sexy. It's too sexy for a child.
Like, how could she... Remember the whole Olivia Rodrigo thing where she was... her proceeds were going to birth control? Uh-huh. Planned Parenthood or some shit, and people
and they're like, you're just promoting it.
And you're just like, she is now at an age where we should be paying attention to it. And to be honest, I didn't really start listening to her into her latest album because I was like, oh, I can relate. When she was like driving around and like stalking the guy, I was like, I can relate to that.
I mean... If your kid loves the music, you have to at least understand there's going to be a point where they're going to make it to that concert without you.
Yeah, but you have to, there has to be an age for it. So how old are you when you went to your first concert?
Probably 14, 15.
Okay, that's not bad. What did you go see?
It was at one of those concerts we were talking about that they would do with a bunch of different artists. It would be with 98.7 a hip hop radio station in Tampa. And so we would go to Wild Splash.
Shout out to Wild Splash.
Yeah, shout out to Wild Splash. Summer concert that they would do. But there was this one, I guess the first one I went to, though, actually now that I think about it, was Funkmaster Flex, and 50 Cent was performing. It was headlining.
I think it was at that one.
It was a Funkmaster Flex car show. 50 Cent was headlining. 50 Cent climbed on top of the stage, on top of the scaffolding.
Yes.
And the cops came out, told him to get down. But
Did your parents know you went to that?
My parents trusted the adult that was the manager at our job, Jeff. Everybody in our family knows him. Trusted the adult that was chaperoning our trip, basically.
I said my first concert,
But had it been just like me and Rudy, my parents would be like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. Whose parents are going to be there? I think I was like 12.
Yeah.
First concert. Shout out to my sister Jessica. She took me and my other sister Crystal. First concert. Britney Spears.
Okay.
Oops, I Did It Again. That's where I was introduced to NSYNC. And I was thinking about it. I don't know that the songs were overtly sexual. I feel like the sexiest thing about that concert was maybe the outfits.
Yeah.
The little dance moves.
Okay.
But I will say, I feel like I've definitely been to a Mary J. Blige concert. You know how like sometimes they do those hip hop and R&B concerts?
Yeah.
Back in the day, okay, in the old people days.
Okay.
It used to be easy to go to concerts. They used to give the tickets away. Like, that's how easy it used to be. So I definitely feel like I saw a Mary J. Blige show. And anybody who listens to Mary J., like, I was a little too young to be singing, I'm not gonna cry, now's not the time. Like, I was too young to be singing that. So I appreciate it as an adult, but in my mind, I was like, why was I was jamming to this song hard. Like, I knew what the hell she was talking about.
Well, I don't know what my pops knew about country music at the time. But you would catch him watching CMT all the time, watching, just having that while he was doing whatever he was doing in the house. So I'm sure he knew who Toby Keith was, but he knew I was going to Toby Keith concerts.
Yeah,
and that guy
doesn't seem bad.
That guy does nothing but smokes weed. They're weed concerts.
I mean,
they're all just fucking weed concerts.
So are those.
And so like, I was going to these and my pops was like acting suspicious as if, dude, I'm going. You listen to the music. Yeah, do you not know what you're listening to? Your son is going to the concert. You got the music. You're listening to it, and you're suspicious he's smoking weed.
I will say I did go. So when we were talking about the concept of this episode, I went and I realized I went to the Pop Odyssey tour, 2001, and that was for Celebrity, and those songs are pretty sexual, like. Also, the one that came after that, Digital Get Down, that's literally about cyber sex.
Yeah.
That's literally every time I hit you on the phone, girl, like what?
Yeah,
Send me a picture. You know the pictures I like. Yeah, you know the kind I like.
You know the kind I like.
Why was I jamming to that at 14?
Yeah.
I was like digital kids. Like that song was purely about.
Was it
sex.
pop about groupies or something?
I just thought it was about like. Okay, I thought pop was about like, oh, leave me alone. I'm just like trying to have fun doing my music. Was it about groupies?
I think so. You know what's funny? Just to turn it back around, we were talking about Kids Bop and the songs they were switching around, right? And I remember we were talking about how Pete Wentz was like, nah, don't use Dance Dance because Dance Dance is all about sex.
Yeah, I didn't really know the words of the song to
and they recorded the kids singing it. And so he's like, no, it's like you can't just switch the.
You can't.
So like some of you would be surprised about the concerts that people would go to, and people probably didn't know what they were listening to.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. All the time. So that's why I'm like, guys, what are you so mad about? Are you not listening to the music? Listen to the music. The theme and lesson is listen to the music that your children like so that you know what the hell they're listening to.
But also like...
So that you don't get on Twitter and go, this is too sexy.
This is too sexy.
This is too sexy. I don't like it one bit.
I guess it's just like also that's how they're packaged, and that's the music. They're just trying to do what they need to do now to be able to make their own music later.
Yeah. And it's not cringe sexy. It's fun sexy. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, it's just entertaining. Entertainment. That's all it is. Like, what do you think the concert was? No, who the hell are you for putting that performance on blast?
Yeah, for real. I was like, girl, why are you even there? What? Let her live. She's having sexy fun. Woo! Anyway, we want to hear from you guys. What was your first concert? Yeah, I think that's an appropriate one. We want to know how old you were. How old do you think minimum age for kids to go to concerts?
On their own?
Well, no, like you're buying a ticket, you probably have to go with them.
Take a kid to a concert, let them do their thing. I would say 12.
Oh, wow. I feel like we're going to have a lot of arguments about that. I guess it depends on who. But we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear from you guys, what you guys think about this.
Let us know.
If you want to know what we're up to, you can hit us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube at Bubble Bath Stories.
You can find me at Got No Time for This.
And you can find me at Nicky Trendz on Instagram. And if you guys want to give us a compliment or a complaint, or you want to just let us know how life is life.
Yeah, give us a call. Let us know how if you're ready for the winter.
Yes. You can hit us on our hotline. That's at 347-878-1144. If you're looking to purchase some official merchandise, you can go to our website, bubblebathstories.co. And until next time, duckies.
Bye.